you had written a Vulture article back in March that was about kind of the comedy industry slowing down. It was back before we knew what was coming, but you correctly called, I think, that comedians just need to settle down and be
Prepare for
like,
the worst.
prepare for the worst.
Prepare for
Look,
the worst.
it's
Figure
stuff
something else
shut
out,
down.
because whatever you used to do ain't coming back no time soon, Coach.
Exactly. So this is my three-pronged comedy question. One, how do what are some of the ideas that you had written in that article that still stand true, and what do you think about where comedy is going to go? Especially in terms of like people doing Zoom shows and stuff like that. And two, obviously you're on the Daily Show as well. Who has it has a black host, and not even an American host, like a global black person is the host. You are on it.
Global black. That's
He's
a
a-
new demo.
He's a global black. I just mean that, like, and I see that in his stand-up too. He's been an observer of America from outside, and it's kind of crazy that people like Trevor and John Oliver, who aren't from here because they don't have the baggage maybe sometimes that we have, that they can kind of see it a little clearer. And the people who like ourselves that have been like, I think this is what's happening. And they're like, yeah, you're right. And we're like, oh, thank God. So you and Dulce, is another homie. You're on the show with the black host. So you have a bunch of specific, you have a bunch of black people on that show. So do you think
Jabuki's
that
in that mix? Yeah.
yes, Jabuki as well, the homie Jabuki. And do you think that helped the Daily Show be ready, I guess you could say, for what's happening in America? And then third, Chappelle. So let's those are my three questions.
That's a whole separate question. You can't roll Chappelle into a burrito about the state of comedy. And
Yes, you can,
Daily Show
because he did
diversity.
a special that was outside.
Oh, outside. Well, you got to
Socially
put that
distanced.
question with the first question. That's like 1A.
I was gonna get to it,
Okay, fair enough.
It's a
Why am I
long-ass
attacking
question.
Your question. It's a good question. It's a good question.
No.
I didn't even let you finish the shit. I just started attacking your third question. I'm
It's
sorry.
a long ass
Chappelle-
question. It's a long ass question. I
Has
don't even think we
Chappelle
have time for
established
it.
the new model for stand-up?
Well, what do you think about his model? And do you I mean, I think stand-up will come back when we figure some shit out. But in the meantime, we have to, people are trying to fill the space. That was Chappelle's attempt. Obviously people are doing Zoom shows. So I'm just curious about your take about what does and doesn't work right now.
I think that if you have someone willing to watch you do comedy in a particular style that's comfortable to you, do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Zoom comedy. I'm not a fan of performing into a black hole and not knowing what's going on. And I know that there's been some shows where they have like the audience gridded out. There's like 100 people in a Zoom and you can hear them laughing and shit like that. But it feels weird to me. My comedy, there's something performative about it.
Mhm.
I'm not demonstrative. I'm not Tommy Davidson, but there are subtleties to the body language with regards to my performance that I think I cheapen myself if I'm just trying to do comedy like this right now, sitting down, or if I stand up. It doesn't feel comfortable to me. To the Vulture article, I still stand by everything that I said, and Chappelle's performance proves my point.
Mm.
The bigger the venue that a comedian used to play, the smaller the venue he will probably return to for now. So if you're a younger comic and you're used to playing a 100-seater or something like that, or a 200-seat comedy club and you're an opener, there may not be space for you coming back. There definitely ain't gonna be money, even if there is space. But that goes back to what you said originally, which is about finding your own lane, finding your own craft. I think that clubs are going to have to bring in acts that sell seats. You have comedy clubs on 20 and 30-year leases right now. These clubs, all these comedy clubs and these shopping plazas, those are 20-year leases. Ain't nobody finna let them out them shits. So you got a 400-seater that you can't put 400 in. You can only put 200 in, which means you got to make $400 worth of money off of $200 worth of people. So you got to double the ticket cost. There's probably only 30 comedians, I would argue, 20 maybe 30 comedians that could fill 250 seats at $50 a ticket. Now, the thing about Chappelle, of everything that's going, what you see with Chappelle and what he was doing, those tickets were also $75. So how many comedians are you going to go see in a park for $75? Not many. So, you also have to look at unemployment. It's going to be more broke people out there. You're going to have to look at the fact that there's going to be so many people hurting. Are they even going to be ready to laugh? And I really feel like if you're a stand-up comedian and you travel for a living, there is going to be less work for you to go get. So figure out a way to create what's going on there where you are. Because the comedy clubs, the longer COVID lasts, the less likely, the more comedy clubs are going to fall off, because your landlord ain't going to lower the rent on that $20K. You're sitting in some nice ass plaza next to a Dave and Buster's. They're not going to cheapen your rent. Your landlord don't care. So the comedy club cannot fill the calendar. There are not 50 comedians that people would go see in a comedy club for $50 a ticket, which is the low end price point for the comedy club to remain profitable. And a comedy club ticket is traditionally anywhere from $12 to $35. So when you just look at the economics of that, for me, and that's myself included. Like when I look at markets, there's a handful of cities where I've gone in and always sold out and always done well. I bet you I could play those cities again. But the cities where you're trying to build your draw, right. It's like, if you think about comedy like music, think about your favorite rapper. Your favorite rapper used to come through your city and he would play the little nightclub, whatever the little nigga spot is, where the hip hop station promotes or whatever. Y'all make sure to see Knucklebuck with special opening act DJ Dreezy on the one. And you go see him at the Hole in the Wall nightclub where somebody gets shot twice a year. And then the next time you see him, he's headlining that spot. Then the next time you see him, he comes back, maybe he's playing a little amphitheater, and then he's playing the bigger arena. So comedy is the same way. So if you're the comedian that's playing the smaller spots, you got to figure out something in the short term. I don't think that this will be permanent. People have died in mass amounts before, and entertainment still remained. So yes, there will still be, that's a terrible thing to say, but it's true. People have died in the quarters of millions. People have died in the millions, and entertainment is still here. Wherever there is pain, there's going to be a need for laughter. So where that laughter is going to come from in this pain, I think remains to be seen. So I think Chappelle, what he's doing is amazing, but the outdoor model, they're doing that in New York now. Comics are doing shows on stoops. People are adapting. Bert Kreischer's doing a drive-in show tour. There's Michael Che performed on the back of a pickup truck in Long Island City or some shit I saw on his IG. So there's going to be adaptation. Now, I don't know how any of this works in the winter, because I'm not standing outside doing no 45 minutes worth of jokes in a 20-degree wind chill. Comedy might just be a summer sport like baseball. So, I don't know.